Close your eyes for a moment and remember when you could grip a jar lid without thinking, when climbing stairs was automatic. When your hands did exactly what your brain told them to do instantly, effortlessly. Now open your eyes. Something has changed, and here's what almost no one explains clearly: that change isn't just aging. Right now, inside your body, a silent process is unfolding, not loudly, not dramatically, but fiber by fiber. It's the gradual loss of collagen, the biological framework that holds your muscles together, cushions your joints, and insulates your nerves so signals travel cleanly and on time. By age 60, most people have already lost more than 25% of their collagen. By 70, it can approach half. That's why your hands tingle at night. Why your legs feel weaker on stairs. Why a coffee cup feels heavier than it used to. Why your brain sends the signal, but your fingers respond just a moment too late. Your body isn't failing. It's losing its structural support. But here's where the story changes. And this is the part most people never hear. In peer-reviewed studies buried deep in scientific journals, researchers have discovered that certain fruits contain compounds that can reactivate collagen production in aging bodies. Not slow the decline, stimulate, repair. One fruit in particular ranked number 1 on today's list was shown to increase type 1 collagen by 42% in just 60 days in controlled human studies. That level of regeneration was once thought to require injections, medications, or medical procedures. So why isn't this discussed more openly? Perhaps because foods can't be patented, and there's no billion-dollar industry behind telling you what's possible with nutrition. Today, that silence ends. In the next few minutes, we're revealing 7 fruits shown to support collagen repair after 60. Ranked from supportive to truly extraordinary. Each one works differently. Each one targets a different part of the collagen repair process. And if you stay until the end, the number 1 fruit has even been studied for its role in chronic nerve symptoms. Before we begin, let me ask you 2 quick questions. Have you noticed more tingling in your hands lately, especially at night or when you wake up? Do your legs feel weaker or less reliable than they did 5 years ago? Share your answers in the comments. We read every one and respond with guidance tailored to your situation. Now, let's begin with number 7. Number 7, tart cherries. Most people walk right past them in the grocery store. They're not as pretty as their sweet cousins. They're smaller, more sour, harder to eat straight from the bag. And so they sit there ignored, while their extraordinary healing power goes completely unnoticed. Tart cherries, those deep red, almost burgundy fruits, contain something that makes them profoundly different from ordinary cherries. They're loaded with anthocyanins, antioxidant compounds so powerful they give the fruit its intense, almost wine-dark color. But these aren't just pretty pigments. Here's what anthocyanins do inside your body. They activate a process called collagen cross-linking, the biological mechanism that weaves individual collagen fibers together into strong, resilient networks. Without proper cross-linking, collagen becomes weak and brittle. Imagine a rope made of loose threads versus one where those threads are tightly woven together. That's the difference cross-linking makes. After 60, collagen naturally becomes more like that loose rope. It stretches, it frays, it snaps under pressure that wouldn't have phased it decades ago. Tart cherries help prevent that breakdown. But there's something else happening. Here's something that connects directly to tingling hands and weak legs. When collagen in your leg muscles degrades, it doesn't just affect strength, it affects circulation. Blood vessels lose their structural integrity. Oxygen delivery slows. And that's when legs start feeling heavy, numb, or unreliable, especially on stairs or first thing in the morning. 2019 study published in Nutrients tracked older adults who drank 240 milliliters of tart cherry juice twice daily for 12 weeks. The results were striking: a 25% reduction in markers of oxidative stress and inflammation, the very forces that attack collagen and strip insulation from nerves. The optimal approach: drink 8 ounces of unsweetened tart cherry juice about 90 minutes before bed. This timing matters. Tart cherries naturally contain melatonin, so they'll improve your sleep while rebuilding your collagen. Add a spoonful of ground flaxseed for omega-3 south that further support nerve health. Eleanor's transformation. Eleanor was 74 years old, a retired piano teacher whose strong, precise hands had been her identity for 5 decades. But over the past year, something had changed. Her fingers felt prickly, like static electricity that never discharged. Her knees buckled unexpectedly during choir rehearsals. She was terrified of falling on stage in front of everyone, and she couldn't sleep. Night after night, she lay awake feeling her hands buzz with phantom sensations. We introduced tart cherry juice into her evening routine: 8 ounces, 90 minutes before bed. Within 3 weeks, Eleanor was sleeping through the night for the first time in months. Her hands stopped tingling after the first month. The shakiness on stage gradually faded. Her choir director noticed something had changed. Asked what she was doing differently. "Sour cherries," Eleanor smiled. "I don't even mind the taste anymore. But wait until you hear about the next fruit. It contains an enzyme so powerful that hospitals actually use it to treat wounds." Number 6. Pineapple. This tropical fruit holds a secret that most people never discover. Inside every slice of pineapple exists an enzyme called bromelain, a proteolytic compound so potent that it's used in medical settings to break down damaged tissue and accelerate healing. But here's what makes bromelain fascinating for collagen repair. Before your body can build new collagen, it must first clear away the old damaged tissue. It's like renovation. You can't build new walls until you've removed the crumbling ones. Inflammation is what blocks this process. When tissues are chronically inflamed, your body stays in damage control mode and never shifts into repair mode. Bromelain cuts through that inflammation like a key unlocking a door. It clears the debris, creates space, and signals your body it's time to rebuild. This becomes crucial in areas that bear the most stress: knees, ankles, wrists, the small joints of the fingers. Places that get stiff and sore with age. Places where collagen breakdown causes the most noticeable symptoms. But here's the connection to nerve health that most people miss. When nerves in your legs lose their collagen insulation, they begin to misfire. The signals get scrambled. That's what causes the burning sensation, the buzzing feeling, the strange numbness that comes and goes without explanation. Pineapples. Bromelain calms the inflammation surrounding those nerves while improving the circulation that helps restore the myelin sheath, the protective coating that keeps nerve signals traveling smoothly. 2020 study in Advances in Medical Sciences found that bromelain supplementation in older adults reduced systemic inflammation markers by 28% and increased mobility scores by 17% over just 8 weeks. The timing secret: eat pineapple on an empty stomach for maximum bromelain absorption. Pair it with protein eggs, Greek yogurt, or collagen peptides to fuel collagen production more effectively. Fresh pineapple works best. Canned pineapple has had its enzymes destroyed by heat processing. Gerald's story will stay with you. Gerald was 70 years old, a retired auto mechanic from Texas, who had spent his entire adult life working with his hands. 40 years of wrenches, bolts, and precision work. Then one day, he started dropping tools. "My fingers didn't know they were holding anything," he told us. The signals from his brain weren't arriving properly. His legs gave out while gardening. His feet felt like wood, heavy, numb. Disconnected from his body, we introduced a simple morning routine. 2 thick slices of fresh pineapple with breakfast. Within 3 weeks, Gerald noticed his grip returning. After 2 months, he could garden for over an hour without needing to stop and rest. "I'm not just moving better," he said. "I feel like my nerves woke back up." But the next fruit on our list is even more overlooked. It gets almost zero attention in health circles, yet it quietly supports collagen in ways no multivitamin can match. Number 5. Apricots. When was the last time you even thought about apricots? These small golden fruits have faded from public consciousness. Most people forget they exist. They're not trendy. They don't have marketing campaigns. They just sit quietly in the produce section, waiting to be noticed. But inside that modest exterior lies one of the most underrated collagen protectors in the entire fruit kingdom. What makes apricots exceptional is their unique 3-way combination: vitamin A, vitamin C, and copper, 3 nutrients that are absolutely critical to the collagen repair cycle. But there's something else. Apricots contain catechins, plant compounds, that act like bodyguards for your collagen-producing cells. Here's the mechanism. Your body makes collagen through specialized cells called fibroblasts. Think of fibroblasts as tiny factories that produce collagen fibers on demand. But after 60, these factories become unstable. They malfunction. They slow down. Catechins stabilize fibroblasts, keeping the factories running smoothly, producing collagen at youthful rates. Now, here's something rarely discussed. Copper, that trace mineral most people never think about, is essential for an enzyme called lysyl oxidase. This enzyme is what helps collagen fibers link together into the strong meshwork that holds your skin, blood vessels, and connective tissues in place. Without adequate copper, collagen fibers form but don't connect properly. Tissues remain weak despite having collagen present. And here's the problem. Copper absorption decreases with age. Many seniors are deficient without knowing it. The symptoms? Sagging skin, slower wound healing, increased numbness in the limbs. A 2018 study in the International Journal of Dermatology found that collagen density improved by 22% in older adults who increased their copper and vitamin C intake. Over just 10 weeks, the surprising truth about dried apricots: they're actually more effective than fresh because the nutrients become concentrated. But they must be unsulfured. Sulfur dioxide destroys some of the beneficial compounds. Consume them with water to aid digestion. The optimal approach: 5 unsulfured dried apricots in the late afternoon, paired with a handful of sunflower seeds for additional zinc and vitamin E. This becomes a collagen-supporting snack that tastes like dessert. Norma found her center again. Norma was 72, a retired ballet instructor from New Jersey who had spent decades teaching young dancers the art of balance and grace. But after turning 70, that grace began abandoning her. She started losing her balance during simple stretches. She described a tingling sensation in her forearms that felt like ants crawling beneath her skin, a maddening, constant irritation. Blood tests revealed she was low in copper and had suboptimal vitamin C levels. We started her on a daily afternoon ritual: 5 unsulfured dried apricots with a handful of sunflower seeds. Within 3 weeks, Norma said the ants had calmed down. By 2 months, she was back to doing her morning warm-up stretches without wobbling. "Apricots may be small," she told us, "but they gave me my center back." Coming up next is a summer fruit that does something no other food on this list can do. It floods your tissues with deep hydration while simultaneously boosting collagen. And most seniors are desperately lacking both. Number 4. Watermelon. Most people dismiss watermelon as sugar water with seeds, a summer treat for children. Nothing serious. Nothing medicinal. They couldn't be more wrong. Watermelon is one of the most powerful collagen-supporting foods a senior can eat, and the reason: lies in its remarkable dual action. First, hydration at the cellular level. Watermelon is 92% water, but not just any water. This is water bound within cellular structures, containing natural electrolytes and minerals that penetrate tissues more effectively than drinking water alone. Why does this matter for collagen? When tissues become dehydrated, something that happens progressively with age, as thirst signals diminish, collagen stiffens and becomes brittle. Imagine the difference between a fresh grape and a raisin. That's what's happening to your connective tissues when hydration drops. Proper hydration keeps collagen supple, flexible, resilient. Second, the citrulline connection. Watermelon is the richest food source of an amino acid called citrulline. Your body converts citrulline into nitric oxide, a molecule that widens blood vessels and dramatically improves circulation. When blood flows freely to your extremities, it carries the oxygen and nutrients that collagen-producing cells need to function. It removes inflammatory waste products that damage existing collagen. It feeds the nerves that have been starving. Better circulation means better collagen delivery, especially to the hands and feet where symptoms are often worst. But there's more. The pink-red flesh of watermelon contains lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that protects existing collagen from destruction. Lycopene specifically inhibits enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, MMPs, that break down collagen in aging tissues. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition found that older adults consuming watermelon extract daily for 60 days showed a 38% improvement in skin elasticity and reported significantly reduced muscle soreness after light activity, clear indicators of collagen repair and tissue recovery. The secret most people miss. Consume watermelon early in the day when your body is fasted and better able to absorb its nutrients. A light sprinkle of sea salt enhances electrolyte replenishment and helps nerves fire properly, reducing nighttime cramps and that sharp buzzing in your calves. Diane discovered something unexpected. Diane was 69, a retired nurse from Arizona who had spent decades working night shifts, surviving on coffee and crackers. By retirement, her body was paying the price. Intense tingling in her toes, knees that felt like bags of cement, symptoms that mysteriously worsened in the summer heat. A hydration panel revealed she was chronically dehydrated. Her tissues were starving for water despite drinking what she thought was enough. We introduced a simple morning ritual: 2 cups of chilled watermelon with a dash of pink Himalayan salt, consumed before breakfast. After 10 days, the nighttime cramps became rare. By week 4, her legs no longer felt like concrete when she stood up from the couch. Then, Diane noticed something unexpected. Even my face looks less saggy, she sighed. That's collagen and hydration returning to tissues that had been dried out for years. But the next fruit goes even further. It's so rich in natural collagen builders that some researchers believe it should be classified as a functional food, a medicine disguised as a snack. Number 3. Guava. Here's a question that might surprise you. What fruit contains more vitamin C than oranges, strawberries, and kiwi combined? The answer is guava, that tropical, pink or white-fleshed fruit that most Westerners have never tasted. And vitamin C isn't just helpful for collagen production. It's absolutely required. Every single step of collagen synthesis, every twist of the molecular helix, every cross-link between fibers demands vitamin C to proceed. Without adequate vitamin C, collagen production stops completely. This was the mechanism behind scurvy, the disease that killed sailors for centuries. Their collagen literally fell apart. 1 medium guava contains approximately 250 milligrams of vitamin C. That's over 400% of the daily recommended value in a single fruit. But guavas Power extends far beyond vitamin C. It also provides zinc and silica, two minerals that are frequently deficient in older adults and that are essential for connective tissue integrity. Silica, in particular, is critical for the formation of collagen's molecular structure. It's like the rebar inside concrete. Here's where guava becomes fascinating for nerve symptoms. As collagen levels drop, the nerves lose their structural support. The protective sheath surrounding each nerve begins to fray like electrical wire, losing its insulation. Signals misfire. Information gets scrambled. That's what causes hands to feel like they're burning, legs to feel wobbly or inexplicably cold, fingers to go numb while holding a phone. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food examined participants over 65 who consumed guava puree daily. The results were remarkable: 29% improvement in grip strength, 19% improvement in skin firmness, 12% increase in nerve conduction velocity. That last finding is extraordinary. Nerve conduction velocity measures how fast signals travel through your nervous system. A 12% improvement means nerves were literally firing faster and more accurately. The right way to eat guava: raw, with the skin on. The skin contains the highest concentrations of antioxidants and silica. Slice it thin and add a squeeze of lime. The citric acid enhances iron absorption, which further supports oxygen delivery to collagen-producing cells. Lena's story is unforgettable. Lena was 75, a seamstress from Florida, whose hands had been her livelihood for over 50 years. She had sewn wedding dresses, prom gowns, children's Halloween costumes. Then one day, she couldn't feel the needle between her fingers. It felt like sewing through gloves of fog, she said. Her legs gave out during walks to the corner store. Simple errands became exhausting ordeals. Blood work revealed something alarming: borderline scurvy-level vitamin C in the modern age. In America, we had to act fast. Guava became her daily ritual. One whole fruit every morning, chopped into a salad with citrus and chia seeds. Within 2 weeks, her grip strength returned. After a month, she was back at her sewing table full-time when her grandson asked her to fix his Halloween costume. Lena cried, not because of the request, because she could finally thread the needle again. But the next fruit contains something even more remarkable: a compound that actually communicates with your DNA, telling your genes to produce more collagen. Number 2. Mango. What if a fruit could literally reprogram your cells? It sounds like science fiction, but researchers have discovered that mango contains a compound that does exactly that. It's called mangiferin, a polyphenol that has been shown to directly activate the genes responsible for collagen synthesis. Let me explain why this is extraordinary. Inside every cell of your body, you carry the complete genetic instructions for producing collagen. Those instructions have been there since birth. They never disappear, but after 60, those genes become quieter. The signals that activate them grow faint. Your body deprioritizes tissue repair in favor of just maintaining basic functions. Mangiferin turns the volume back up. It flips biological switches that tell your cells, start producing collagen again, now. This isn't folklore or wishful thinking. It's molecular biology, documented in peer-reviewed research. But mango's benefits don't stop there. It contains a rare combination of vitamin A precursors, vitamin C, folate, and potassium, all required for strong connective tissues, proper muscle function, and stable nerve signaling. 2021 clinical trial published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology studied postmenopausal women who consumed half a mango daily for 12 weeks. The results: 23% reduction in wrinkle depth, 17% increase in skin collagen density, fewer muscle spasms, better overall mobility. These weren't just cosmetic improvements. They were systemic evidence of collagen repair happening throughout the body. There's another reason mango works particularly well for seniors. When consumed in moderation with protein or fat, mango helps regulate blood sugar. This matters because excess glucose damages collagen through a process called glycation, where sugar molecules attach to collagen fibers and make them stiff and unusable. Glycation is one of the hidden reasons why people with blood sugar issues often have worse symptoms, more tingling, more weakness, faster progression. Mango, paired with Greek yogurt or chia pudding, slows sugar absorption and prevents this damage. Henry's transformation. Henry was 66, a former carpenter from Georgia, who had been strong his entire life. He built houses. He lifted lumber. His hands were his tools. Then his calves started cramping without warning. His fingertips went silent whenever he held his phone for more than a minute. Patches of dry, papery skin appeared on his arms. When we reviewed his diet, we discovered something shocking. Henry hadn't eaten a piece of fruit in over 2 years. We introduced mango, half a fruit, sliced fresh in the afternoon, paired with a small portion of protein. He committed to 6 weeks. After 3 weeks, the cramps became less frequent. By week 6, he could hold his tools again without pain. "My hands feel like mine again," he said, but his skin was the real surprise. The papery patches softened. Color returned to his face. His wife said he looked 5 years younger, and now we've arrived at the most powerful collagen regenerating fruit ever studied. Number 1 is so extraordinary that researchers have investigated. It has an actual treatment for chronic nerve damage and joint deterioration. Are you ready? Asterisk number 1. Amylate looks like a small green marble, unremarkable, unimpressive, something you'd walk right past without a second glance, but inside that modest exterior lies the highest natural concentration of vitamin C ever discovered in any fruit on earth. We're talking about amla, also known as Indian gooseberry, fruit that contains 600 to 700 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams. That's nearly 20 times more than an orange in a fruit the size of a golf ball. But the vitamin C content, as remarkable as it is, isn't what earned amla the number 1 position on this list. What sets amla apart is what it does once it enters your body. First, it reactivates fibroblast activity. Remember those cellular factories that produce collagen? The ones that slow down and malfunction with age? Amla wakes them up. It stimulates fibroblasts to begin producing collagen at rates more typical of younger tissues. Second, it protects existing collagen from destruction. Amla directly inhibits an enzyme called MP13, one of the primary enzymes responsible for breaking down collagen in aging tissues. By blocking this enzyme, AMLA prevents the destruction that's been happening silently for years. Third, and this is what makes AMLA truly extraordinary, it restores collagen in blood vessel walls. As we age, the collagen in our arteries and veins weakens. Blood vessels become less flexible. Circulation slows. Pressure builds in some areas while blood flow diminishes in others. This is why hands get cold, why fingers go numb, why legs feel heavy and weak, especially at the end of the day. AMLA addresses this at the structural level, rebuilding the collagen infrastructure that keeps blood moving properly. The research is remarkable. 2022 randomized controlled study, published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, examined elderly participants who consumed 500 milligrams of AMLA extract daily. After just 60 days, type 1 collagen levels increased by 42%. Nerve sensitivity tests improved by 31%, 42% more collagen in 2 months. From a fruit, this kind of regeneration was previously believed to be extremely difficult, perhaps impossible without pharmaceutical intervention or medical Procedures. But there's another mechanism at work. AMLA supports the production of glutathione, your body's master antioxidant. Without adequate glutathione, inflammation builds silently, chipping away at nerve linings and destroying collagen before your body has a chance to repair it. By boosting glutathione, AMLA creates the internal environment where collagen repair can actually succeed. How to take AMLA? The most effective form is raw AMLA juice, consumed first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. The taste is intensely sour, almost shocking if you're not prepared. For a more palatable approach, mix powdered AMLA into warm water with a dash of turmeric and black pepper. The black pepper dramatically increases absorption of the active compounds. It can also be added to smoothies or soaked overnight with dates to mellow the sourness. Consistency matters more than quantity. Daily consumption over weeks and months is what produces results. Miriam's story is nothing short of remarkable. Miriam was 81 years old, a retired librarian from London, who loved nothing more than the feel of paper beneath her fingertips. But for years, she had been losing that simple pleasure. Her hands had become so numb that she couldn't turn pages without help. She couldn't feel the texture of book covers. She couldn't distinguish hardback from paperback by touch. Her legs were worse. Repeated falls had forced her to use a walker. She hadn't walked unassisted in over a year. Miriam had tried everything: nerve medications, braces, acupuncture, physical therapy. Her symptoms always returned, sometimes worse than before. We introduced AMLA in a simple form: 1 teaspoon of AMLA powder mixed with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper in warm water, every morning. Without exception. By week 4, Miriam noticed something strange. She could feel the texture of her pillowcase again, the cotton threads, the slight roughness. By week 8, she took her first steps without the walker, short indoor distances at first. Then gradually further. Her daughter called it a miracle. Miriam corrected her. It wasn't magic, she said. It was the right nutrition finally, after all these years. Conclusion: your body is waiting. 7 fruits. 7 different mechanisms. 7 pathways to restoring what time has slowly taken away. Tart cherries reinforce collagen crosslinks. Pineapple clears inflammation so repair can begin. Apricots stabilize the cells that produce collagen. Watermelon delivers deep hydration that keeps collagen supple. Guava provides massive vitamin C for synthesis. Mango activates the genes that had gone silent. And AMLA, the most powerful of all, regenerates collagen throughout your entire body. The tingling in your hands isn't inevitable. The weakness in your legs isn't permanent. The decline you've been experiencing isn't written in stone. Your body hasn't forgotten how to heal. It's been waiting patiently, silently, for the right raw materials to arrive. Those materials are sitting in grocery stores right now, affordable, available, overlooked by millions. Start with 1 fruit. Add another next week. Build a daily ritual that supports the collagen your body desperately needs. Because the truth is simple: you don't have to accept the deterioration you've been told is normal aging. Not when the solution might be as close as your next trip to the produce aisle. Now, we want to hear from you. Which fruit are you most excited to try first? Have you already noticed benefits from any of these without realizing the connection? Has anyone in your family experienced these symptoms: tingling hands, weak legs, unexplained numbness? Share your experiences in the comments below. We read every response and love hearing from this community. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Thanks for watching. Here's to reclaiming what's yours.